Welcome back to All Things Morris. Today we're going to have a go at getting this thing running right. It's not running right at all, sounds like it's on 2 cylinders, won't rev up. So we're going to do that, clean the plugs, get the other bits done. And then we'll move on to the Traveller, hopefully that's in there. So while you're watching this, consider pressing the like button. Press the subscribe button, follow us along the way, leave us a comment, tell us where you are, and we'll get this thing done. I'll get on with it. Well, let's see why it's not running right. Trying to start it this morning, and it won't even rev. So we're going to have the plugs out. It's a lovely day. The sun's out, everything's shining. We've got a bit of an oil leak on this side, which I think is one of the gaskets on the side under the manifold. So I've just sprayed that with some brake cleaner. When we do get it running, we can see where it's leaking from. It wants a bit more clean off first. When we get there, we're going to get the plugs out one at a time, see what the condition is, see what it's like when I've cleaned them. Stay with us. We've got the plugs out. Will that focus? They're very black and sooty. I'm going to give them a good clean. That's number 1. Number 2, if that'll focus. There you go. That's about the same. Number 3. And number 4. The first thing to do is give them a good clean and re-gap them. I've cleaned the plugs. Number 1 cylinder. We've got a BP6ES in it. And GK. Number 2 cylinder. And I've got a Champion in it, N9Y. Number 3 cylinder. Another N9Y, if it actually... another N9YC. And number 4 cylinder. We're back to a BP6ES. So there's 2 NGKs in it. And 2 Champions. I had the endoscope in the bores. There's a little bit of... few white spots on the top of number 1 piston. I'm just hoping the head gasket's not acting. But we'll try and see what we do. So I've cleaned them off. I'm going to put them back in, see if it'll run. But I think this week it's time for a set of plugs, points and a condenser and do the ignition. We'll take it from there. Just bear with us while we get the plugs back in. Plugs are back in. Now for the leads. Now when I acquired this moggy, somebody, if you can, just let me stand in the sunlight if I can. We've got enough light. Right, on that lead there's 1 tie wrap round it for number 1. This is how somebody had done it. So number 1 on. 2 tie wraps. Must be number 2. 3 tie wraps. Number 3. And 4 for the back one. So you're looking at your distributor. Number 1's here, look. Number 1 is there. Right, this is your firing order. 1, 3, 4, and then I'm videoing this and not showing you. Right, number 1 there. 3. I can't get my hands out of the way. 1 there. 3, 4, and at the bottom coming up there is number 2. So it fires 1, 3, 4, 2, and it turns anti-clockwise. So on there, number 1, number 3, number 4, number 2, and it goes anti-clockwise if you're doing and you've lost your timing. But that's how it runs. 1, 3, 4, 2, and it turns anti-clockwise. That really ought to have been pointing a little bit round there, and then we'd have had to move everything round. But you do see a lot, and this, where this vacuum pipe comes out, it's pointing at number 4. Totally wrong. They do run, but that's how they should be timed up. Pointing up number 1, it's not far off. And 1, 3, 4, 2, that's your timing. Right. We'll get the bits off it, get the wire brush and everything out, get the rag out of the way of the fan, and see if it'll turn over. Let's see if it fires. Well, with the plugs clean, she's fired up. Hear the tone of the exhaust. Give it a rev. Choking. Running nice. Right, I'll put the bonnet down on that now. That's running. We'll get the service kit ordered for next week. Maybe next weekend. Oil filter. Do all the bits, points, plugs, condenser, change all them. And I'll just push that to the front in the workshop. It's time to bolt the seats back in. Get this ready. This has had quite a few goes this winter. Trying to save this wood. It had all been rubbed down when I got it, and it was quite black in places. It's had little bits of filler in it, wood filler, but only surface, and it was quite black. So what we do with that, neat bleach on a clean cloth and bleach all the black out of it. So it's come up all right. It's not too bad. It is quite savable, and this car actually had new wood on it about 15 years ago. So it's quite all right. What's a bit doing in there? Hopefully I've got thermostat cover and a thermostat for it there. This side's not too bad. A little bit of black still to get out on this side. We're going to have another go at that, and then we'll get some stain on it. But it's coming on. It's a bit dark in here. But today I'm going to get the seats bolted back in. Well, one seat, I don't know where the other one is. We'll find it. There's a new tank for it there as well, look. Goodies. It's in that corner. Right, we drag this to the front. I've got the bonnet up. We need to sort that. It's a bit manky under here. This does run. As you can see there, we've got a fuel pump missing. But I have got one. So I'm just going to check that actually works. And we'll try and get it in. I'm just looking down there, the nuts there for it. There's the earths, there's the positive. So we'll have a go at getting that in. And the fuel pump in question is there. See if it works. Are you ready? That one seems to work. So, get it in the car. Right, I've straightened the earth terminal out. It should go on now. Get that small bolt through it. Oh, that's better, it's gone in this time. And it's turning. There's 2 earth terminals on it. That one goes through there. And the other one is on the front of the pump. So I'll put the camera down and get this mounted. So the fuel pump's mounted. That's 1 earth, bottom bolt there. It's bolted in 2 bolts. That's another earth. And the positives down at the back. So that's in. The fuel pipe's on. Someone's banging at the back. I think the back door's shut. I've not tightened that union up. Pipes there. I'm not going to put that into the carb because I want to see it pump fuel first. So I've come round to the back. And situation with the tank is there's no filler neck in it. I've got it in my hand. And I don't know why that was took out. Obviously it needs a new. How to rubber seal that. Something I'll have to get a good one. But the tank's here. What we got, that's the tank cover. That's the bits for the doors. We'll get some fuel tomorrow. And we'll see what the situation with the tank is. The tank looks okay. See if we can get some more light in here. Get that door open. The tank in there looks okay. And I do believe it's fastened in. That's the wiring loom for this side. So, and in there I've got a brand new set of lights. What I've acquired. That's that side. There. Underneath the tank on these normally here in the middle there's a, you can't see it because I've got no light under there, but there's a drain bung, so I'm going to make sure that's in, or take it out first tomorrow. Make sure it goes back in, make sure there's nothing in the tank. Get a couple of gallons of fuel, put it in that tank, see if we can get it to pump to the front. These are a load of spares that came with this one. Oh, there's another. No, that filter can go in the bin. Some of the hockey sticks and the things off the front. I put a battery on charge. We'll see what happens with that tomorrow. And that's it. So, we'll have to get this thing back on the road. Well, that'll do it for today. We've got the 4-door running. We've got the traveller pulled out. We've got the seats. There's one there and there's one there. We're going to put them in next time. We've got the fuel pump on. We'll take it from there. So, before we go, don't forget to subscribe, press the like button, give us a comment, tell us where you're from, and we'll see you next time.